That was uncalled for. I wish Wardlow could turn my clothes like that. Why are you putting his clothes back on, you heel? Hope you know I'm like a chainsaw. What? A chainsaw. What? A motherfucking chainsaw. What? Why did you pin him like that? Why did you pin him like that? Why? It's 1,000 degrees. Why are you wearing a turtleneck?
You had a father. Stop him. But your father was a legend. Look at that face.
I'm trying not to. Ugh.
We're seeing it on both sides of the fence, from the offense and the defense in this matchup.
You know what's worse than sneezing when you have allergies? Not being able to sneeze.
Ricky Starks and Power the Young Bucks.
FTR! FTR! FTR!
Surprised. And Swerve, oh look at that. Stopping in his tracks on the ropes, but Nick Jackson to the apron. Swerve. You better be careful, Strickland. Better be careful getting too cocky with a guy like Nick.
Go what?
Both men vaulted
Okay.
to the Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson.
Pretty Ricky's on the top rope as this.
So's Nick Jackson.
Come on.
Jackson.
What's happening?
Get out of there, Nick.
That's stupid. Man, how is Ricky Starks not a champion yet?
What does Ricky Starks have in mind? He climbs the ropes. He walks.
Oh!
Both feet. And, oh! Well, 3 times a charm.
Oh no!
How's Ricky careful?
Yeah, I know it's coming.
He let his guard deeply in.
Go!
Oh no.
Ah!
Oh no, no. No, Ricky, move. Swerve, get out of the way. Stop.
No way!
Stop. No. He covers him. 2, 3.
What?
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is July 15th. Maggie, you had a pretty good reaction there with Mr. Wardlow and Orange Cassidy.
Stop
And
it.
I can't stop it because this is why.
Okay, one, congratulations on using dark mode.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, because you're a white mode advocate, and now I've been trying to get that out of you. Looking at myself reacting to things will never stop being weird. Basically, at the beginning of the show, I might as well go pee or smoke a cigarette because it's weird looking at myself. So yeah, by the way, my new favorite thing is you trying to imitate my photos while I'm trying to promote the show, because yours actually turn out better.
Well, I just try to do it just to make. I do it to try to pop you is what I do. But
It's working.
Well, we already start with a super chat, and I would take this bet. Ryan Sullivan, $10. Thank you very much. What's the over under on Rob's tech issues? Hey, you know what? The past 2 weeks it's been pretty good. So, knock on wood.
What are you doing?
That's a tweet. Knock on wood. You know, it's a. I guess you've never seen that. That I don't know what they would call that, but
What?
you've never seen anybody do that? Say knock on wood.
Oh, yeah, we just knock on.
Yeah,
oh,
well,
sorry.
that's-
we just knock on the
Yeah.
under the table, or
There,
you know.
there you go. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So everyone be like Ryan and send us your super chats. Also, please like the video and share the video. And about I don't know, an hour and a half, we'll be joined by Tom Campbell from Cultaholic, and we're gonna have so much fun. And And how are you doing, Rob?
I'm good, and it's going to be a Fightful Select preview, like of our show Coexisting After Dark. Jeremy is letting us go extend our time today, which I'm excited about. That lets us just
Yes,
have
there
one.
won't be an After Dark on Select this week because we're having After Dark here on our main show.
I will still put it on there. What I'm going to do is just edit it, so it'll be on
Okay.
there for some people. That way, if they didn't catch the show, but it's going to be fun, and we got a big show planned. There's a lot of stuff to cover. The first thing first, Maggie, I think you put it the best when you tweeted it the other day. WWE Raw potentially going to TV14. You know, I think you said it best, and you might as well say what you said.
Well,
about
I
NXT.
said two. I said
NXT.
two things on. Okay, not the other one.
Yeah, well, you can say the other one too, but the NXT is the one
It's not like newsworthy. Like, okay, like every woman bleeds. Okay, so it's fine. Yes, NXT 2.0 is TV14. So having that format doesn't make your show good, guys. Like content does, and storytelling does, and not insulting our intelligence does. So this isn't necessarily a good thing. Okay, just because like people are allowed to say shit on TV and like bleed every once in a while from their forehead, this won't make your show more watchable at all. Like this is my way of thinking. Of course, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, of course, like I'm one of these people who complain about the show and I never stop watching because I love the talent. And I'll always continue to support the talent. It's weird because you can't possibly support the talent without supporting the company. It's not possible. But if it actually turns out for the better, you'll see me as one of the first ones to admit they were wrong. And of course, I'm looking forward to it because new things will always bring more eyes on your product. It doesn't matter if they're good or not, but just as long as you're trying new things, that's the way to do it. Like Raw Underground. Okay, like I'm not saying it was a good idea. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. They just tried new things. And this is how you do it. Like you fill the room, and if you see it's not working, get rid of it and try for the next thing. So change is good, but like I suppose we'll see how it turns out and get to talk about it later.
Yeah, and you know the thing that like caught my like attention is it does give them the option to, like you said, they can say shit if they want to, but it also lets them go into the story modes more if they need something to go a little bit more like edgier. It'll work for that. They can still keep the show the way they want to. That's just a thing because they're on cable TV. It's just a recommendation. It'll be interesting to see if they eventually do. I know Cody Rhodes tweeted yesterday with the little wink emoji. So we'll have to...
Shocking. Cody Rhodes is excited about bleeding. Yeah. Also, Scott in the chat is incredibly right. Putting a kid under a mask is insulting our intelligence. Like, I'm so furious about that.
Yes, I agree with that. And we might... I don't have it on our script, but NXT this past week, we both were blah. It was not that good of a show.
I don't even remember what happened on the show. Like this has to be proof enough.
Yeah. Well, it was basically the biggest question was Cora Jade turning on.
Oh, was this week? Oh, yeah, right. It was this week.
Yeah.
Like who needs women's wrestling, like tag team wrestling anyway? Like, might as well put those NXT Women's Tag Team Championships in the bin, just like the other ones. It's like what frustrates me the most is that what they're yeah, I suppose that she was supposed to hold it the other way around, and that's why it broke. Like, I'm sure that this was, yeah. So, well, what I was saying was that basically what they're trying to say with their storytelling, both on the main roster and on NXT, is that women cannot possibly coexist with each other whatsoever. Like, if you're a woman, you cannot have friends unless you're toxic. You're not allowed to have friends ever, and if you do, you'll eventually break up in 2 months. This is what they're saying. Like, bitches don't like bitches, okay?
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're gonna call someone a bitch, and then like the audience will react as if they're, as if that's something they're saying for the first time, and it's the baddest thing they could ever say. It's frustrating, yeah.
Yeah. Well, going into AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest this week, we already talked about the one thing that you liked most. The most surprising thing, I think, for everybody that watched Dynamite this past week was new tag team champions. I think shocked might be the right word to use, because I was not expecting that. I honestly was expecting we were getting the Young Bucks versus FTR at All Out.
We can still get that.
We still can. And I'm very curious to see where they go with this, because I know the internet, which, believe it or not, the internet tends to overreact. I don't know if you knew that, but a lot of people don't like how Swerve wasn't the legal guy, supposedly. I don't remember that part. I think I even saw it in our chat. Somebody said that Keith Lee was the legal guy. So there's stuff like that. And that's a problem that they've always had with those triple threat tag team matches with Rick Knox.
It was Rick Knox.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
Yeah,
like, why is this an issue? It's Rick Knox. It's this guy's thing.
That's the thing. Like, it's like a wild card. That's the way I look at it. If Rick Knox is your referee, that gives you an extra chance.
Yeah.
It does, because it's pandemonium in the ring.
Yes.
And it was very confusing, but I enjoyed the match, and seeing Keith Lee and Swerve win those titles was pretty cool. And the way that I thought Swerve was going to hit Keith Lee, but it didn't make sense to me either. Like, why would he do that now? So I'm very curious to see where we go from there. It's
what shocked me the most was I was not expecting for the Young Bucks to be transitional champions, but like, they can. I don't think someone mentioned this on Twitter, but I wasn't able to see if it were true. That FTR and the Young Bucks have now the shortest tag team reign in AEW history. Like, the Young Bucks is second time and FTR's first time, so they can now they can have one more thing to fight about.
Yeah.
And Young Bucks versus FTR is a big enough match that it doesn't need the AEW tag team titles. It can be for the Ring of Honor championships.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, granted, they still have them. The Briscoes might as well win it back. But I suppose they're not. But we never know. It's 2022 and it's wrestling, so you never know. I was so glad for Keith Lee and Swerve. They truly deserve it, but but I'm really interested in seeing what happened, what they do with those titles, and what feuds come out of this. Like, I suppose we're gonna talk about Proud and Powerful in a bit,
Mhm.
but because of the news we have Proud and Powerful, it actually makes sense now why they're not tag team champions still. Because yeah, and it's like AEW's tag team division is red hot, and it's the best one in the business. And I suppose that uh, I will always give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to tag team storytelling, because they're good at it, uh, as opposed to women's wrestling. But you win some, you lose some, and I'm curious to see what the future holds. But I suppose, I'm so excited about this. Like, those two are great together, and I didn't even know that I needed that tag team. It happened so unexpectedly, and it's a nice surprise, and it worked since day one.
Yeah. Matt Reichel, our guy, sends us a super chat. Hi, Rob and Maggie. Just announced FTR and the Briscoes 2 out of 3 falls at Death Before Dishonor. Nice. I like that.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. So, quick results for Dynamite. Wardlow defeated Orange Cassidy. Jon Moxley defeated. What? Sorry. I
I'm sorry.
okay.
Okay, like,
Yeah,
it's Wardlow.
Uh,
Like, he's the demo god. He's the new demo god, right?
he's your demo
Like,
god.
forget Chris Jericho. That's the demo god. Like, he's going after the women's demo.
Yeah.
My demo.
Yeah, your demo. Moxley over. I can never say his name. Takeshita. Every time my. Okay.
Actually, this is it's really simple for us Bulgarians, because it sounds actually kind of Bulgarian. Takeshita.
Luchasaurus over Griff Garrison, or as Dark Order thinks, Jungle Boy. Claudio versus Jake Hager. Claudio wins. Serena Deeb over Anna Jay. That match was not that good. And then, of course, the tag team titles changed hands. I still enjoyed Dynamite. I thought it was pretty solid. But it'll be interesting to see.
I don't know what I can do to fix this. It's weird. Yeah, continue talking.
No,
I
got nothing. But no, I'm excited for Fyter Fest next week as well. I'm really curious to see Jericho and Kingston. I hope both guys live, obviously. It's what your early predictions for who's going to win that barbed wire match?
The barbed wire match. Well, I'm hoping for Eddie, because I feel like Eddie hasn't won the big ones, except for that match against Chris Jericho, like the first one they had. It's not like, I will always root for Eddie no matter what, like, except for when he's facing Miro, of course. Then I'm gonna root for Miro. Yes, 50 Shades of Wardlow. Please, someone make this a thing. I will watch that, and you will not see my hands. So moving along. I like, my heart will always say Eddie. By the way, if you don't have a crush on Eddie Kingston, just a little one, you have extremely high standards, way high standards. Everyone should have a crush on Eddie Kingston. Like, those eyes are mesmerizing. And Eddie deserves the big ones. He's been losing. Like, I know that his team won at Blood and Guts, but the fact that he wasn't the one to get the submission or the pin, it actually took the wind out of him. Yeah, it made it a bit more about Claudio. I'm never going to be mad about that, because I love Cesaro and I love Claudio now. So it's, yeah. I'm hoping for Eddie. Like, it should be Eddie. And if it's Chris Jericho, I'm gonna be so mad. So mad.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Moving on to some WWE news. The Rock praised his daughter Simone Johnson about her making her NXT debut last week at some live events. And he said in an interview that he's always open to returning to the ring. Do you see? Well, I think we'll definitely get another singles match out of The Rock eventually, but I think we'll get a mixed tag team match sometime down the road. I honestly think that will be his last match. Being in the ring with his daughter will be his
Seriously? You think
I do.
so?
I do. I think that will be his last match.
I do not think so.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he's gonna get in the ring before his daughter is good and ready. And
Well,
I think
yeah.
yeah, and I don't think that's gonna happen soon enough because the Rock's not 40.
No, I know, but
He's
still in better condition than like guys like Goldberg and and
by
like
far.
But then that's why I'm saying like it. I'm not saying it's going to happen by next WrestleMania or the WrestleMania after, but I'm just thinking that will be his last match. I could be way off. That's just my early prediction. That could change.
So you're saying is so he can give his daughter a push.
Yeah.
Some spotlight.
Yeah. Yep. I think that would actually that'd be big for her.
Yes, it surely, but it all depends on whether she wants to be under his father's spotlight
That is
for
true
the rest of her life. Like I know that Charlotte Flair hasn't had a match with her father.
Yeah.
A tag match. But she uses his last name, so that's like.
Yeah. No, I get that. We got a super chat from Doc. Oh, great. Now there is another audiobook I have to record for Maggie. I was going to talk about this later, but I might as well bring it up now. Check out Doc's article that just published today on Bleacher Report. It's about FTR. Fantastic article. Goes in depth. They talk about the best wrestler ever, Bret the Hitman Hart. It was just a fantastic article. I'll put a link in the chat here in a little bit, but a great article.
Like all of Chris's articles.
Yes.
A fantastic.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best way to put it. But check this one out especially.
The voice of God has godly interviewing abilities. Shocking.
Yeah. But yeah, so since this is a segue kind of from the Rock, my question to you, just off topic, what is your favorite movie starring The Rock?
Oh, you've asked me this before.
Well, okay. Well, let's ask it again. I don't remember.
Walking Tall.
Oh, you're right. I did ask you that before.
Yeah. He went around town with a huge wood in his hands. Then
I wish I could say that.
then he had a sex scene. It's like it's everything I ever wanted. Why is this show going off the rails?
I don't know, but
we're only 24 minutes in.
Yeah, it's normal for me at least. But I was just curious.
What is yours? What is your favorite The Rock movie?
Man.
And why is it Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, I actually did see that in the theater.
Movie. The movie.
I did see that in the theater. I really, really enjoyed the rundown with.
Yeah. It
but I
think it's the one I've watched most.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's just so fantastically hilarious. Like it's.
Yes, we were talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I've wanted to walk around with his wood in my hand. 2x4. So let's move along from the wood talk here. Jesus. New Japan Pro Wrestling July 22nd, High Alert. Rocky Romero versus Dax Harwood, who's making his in New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. Hell yes, give me that. Eddie Kingston's taking on Jake something. Hell yes, give me that. And then the week after, on July 30th, in Nashville, the Music City Mayhem, we're getting Kushida versus Alex Shelley. Yes.
Oh, fuck. By the way, next week on Impact, we're getting Alex Shelley against Chris Sabin.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Cannot wait for this.
FTR and Alex Zane taking on TJP and Aussie Open.
Alex Zane is a must-watch performer.
For sure.
You cannot take your eyes off the TV when Alex Zane is in the ring. Never.
And then no DQ match, Jon Moxley versus El Desperado. So, man, if you got tickets to SummerSlam and that show, that'd be a good time.
Yeah, that show might be better than.
Well, right now, yeah. That's Jesus. Maggie, the show is going a lot faster than I thought it would, so that's good and bad. So let's go ahead and do our first Cooper effect once I get to the video here. Like normal, not open.
Guys, this week I'm gonna inform you that actual firefighters were able to get out a kitty out of a ATM. So first of all, look at I'm sorry, I cannot stop laughing. Look at the
Maggie lost. Maggie lost it. That's great.
why did you...
Okay.
Why did you remove it? Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is so professional. Look at the Okay. Stop it. Like
now I gotta. Okay, you done? You good? That's gonna make the best of. Oh.
Oh my God. Oh, my stomach.
You're the one that sent me that, so the fact that you're laughing even harder now is even better.
I know. But like, imagine how much I was laughing while I first saw it.
Wow. This is the best part of the show right here for sure. Our guy Throwback sends us. Well, oh wait, I gotta let you tell the story. I know, I forgot.
Well, the story is that they actually like heard they like they heard the kitty.
All right.
Like meowing all over the place, and they just called. They called the emergency number, and they sent some firefighters, and they had to take apart the ATM. Rob, how the fuck does a kitty turn out in an ATM? Please explain it to me while I try to gather my shit here.
The only thing I can think of is it was trying to make a deposit and figured
Where?
out you can put deposits in the ATM. At least you can here.
Yeah, sure, but like you need to push some
Oh, like
buttons before that.
I know. I don't have any idea like how it got in there, but
you actually need to push some buttons, and then you have to be this size in order to,
I no clue how that happened, by the way, but yeah, it's fascinating and Maggie. Okay, but yeah, it's definitely fascinating, and I'm glad the cat's okay. Obviously, go ahead. You can finish the rest of the story.
No, I cannot do this anymore.
Okay.
Go look at the article. Look at the cat. Like, look at its facial expressions and try not to laugh, all right? Like, Rob, put it on the screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, 1 second.
like, you cannot look as stressful. Oh my
I
God. Look.
all right. Holy hell. My God.
Oh, Jesus
okay.
Christ, why? I have no idea where this came from, by the way. I thought I got my shit together. I looked at the photo for like 5 minutes yesterday, and I'm like, okay, it stopped being funny. Okay, like, I got this. And now this happens.
See. Oh,
Like,
that's all it takes to get Maggie to lose it. Just throw that picture up there.
just stop it, okay?
Okay,
Like,
I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done
just
with it.
okay. The 2 super chats from Throwback. Okay.
Yep, I'll get to them.
Okay. So where's our overlay?
Yep,
What
bringing
happened?
it back. Well, when I post that photo, it had to take.
Yeah,
it
I
went
know.
over
I
there.
know.
So, yeah, let's get to the super chats here. Throwback, our guy sends us a super chat that says, "Love you guys. The countdown to the end of the era is starting. TV14 NXT LOL. Just another half swing skateboard being destroyed before they hit someone.
Oh,
Cora
Jesus.
Jade as a heel. Shake my head. Ring of Honor show. Can't wait. Joe versus Lethal. Yeah, you're going
Yes,
to that. That's awesome.
Throwback is going to that show, and I could not hate him more. Like,
Yeah.
I hate all of you guys who attend the shows.
So, and then he sends us another one. This was awesome. It was just like Maggie's promo on Drew. This is awesome.
Yes.
You cut a hell of a promo back in the day. Back in the day, that was like a year ago, wasn't
What
it?
do you mean back in the day? I still cut a good promo. Do you hear?
Well, no, I'm
did
just
you hear
saying
me
that.
laughing?
Yeah, I'm saying that one. I know you cut a good promo. I'm just saying that promo
Like,
was
the
good.
promo I just cut on that cat, like me laughing all the time,
Yeah.
was as if someone said to me that I'm not a professional on the show.
Oh well,
Jesus.
that's part of the fun. Like,
I know. So it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine.
well, Maggie, let's
Because we're going so fast with the show this week, and I cannot believe this is happening. Do you want us to rant about Raw a bit?
Well, I was gonna let you rant about something coming up here.
Okay.
And I figured this would do it better than Raw. Pro Wrestling Insider reported that Zach Gibson will now be known as Rip Fowler, and James Drake will be now known as Jagger Reed. How do you feel about that? And go off.
Why is this happening now?
I think now they're just doing it to piss either you or me off, is pretty much what they're doing with all these name changes. So grizzled young veterans, they're losing their names. Zach Gibson is going to be known as Rip Fowler.
Okay, so aren't the grizzled young veterans the 2 goons that are hanging out with Joel Pearl on NXT?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's who it's been. Yeah, basically, yes. But, that's the thing. Once they go, WWE now is whenever you go from NXT, they want you to change your name again, which is, I think it's just stupid as hell, because you already own the name. Why not just bring it up why not bring it up? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, okay, but like, didn't he say that he was gonna show the world who the 2 people with him are? So I suppose that they're like just gonna take their hoods off, I suppose, and just say that there are insert new names here, and you're like, no,
Yeah,
you're the grizzled young veterans. You're
Yeah.
not like. Basically, what they're gonna do is they're gonna bury a bunch of history, just like This week during Vinci's, or whatever they're calling him now, match, the commentators kept saying, ever since he debuted it, and I'm like, he didn't debut a couple of weeks ago, guys. He was a part of Imperium, like one of WWE's best stables for years and years and years, and they just split them up for whatever reason. And why was he not good enough to get called up to the main roster?
Who the F knows?
Like, I could never understand that. And they turned him into a posing male model that, ironically enough, they have MMM on SmackDown. And if they're doing it now on NXT, they might as well have had him on the Maximum Male Models. Because Maximum Male Models are so ridiculously stupid that it's actually
Comical.
entertaining.
Yes.
And it actually works. I'm sorry. So Eichner was just such an amazing wrestler. He still is. Like that. What do you call that move when he grabbed the guy when he's going to do a dive, and you just catch him with this dead weight and just lift him up into a suplex? The thing he did, and it's just Eichner was always an amazing professional wrestler. The fact that they said he just debuted 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago is insulting our intelligence. Just like putting a kid in a mask, as we mentioned before, because they're just gonna screw a kid up, I'm sure. Because weirdly enough, they like to, just what they do is they call up NXT superstars on the main roster and they just ruin them. So what NXT 2.0 does is that they take NXT UK superstars and they ruin them. So might as well take the Band-Aid off as quickly as possible. But I actually have an idea, because next Thursday, I'm attending a Slipknot concert in my hometown. And this is a dream come true for me. Like my biggest childhood dream come true. And the only way Corey Taylor is ever going to notice me is if I brought a sign that says NXT 2.0 sucks. And yeah, there you go. Yes, and if I actually bring that sign, and if he does end up, yes, I know they're amazing, and I'm about to see that. And if that ever happens, I'm gonna, we're gonna have Slipknot live on our show.
Yeah.
At least one member of the band.
Yeah.
I remember what A-Shock said. I remember because Corey Taylor was at a house show back in Iowa. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was Iowa.
And because Slipknot are Baron Corbin's favorite bands, and Baron Corbin actually had a thing with Corey Taylor from the audience. It was because I used to hate Baron Corbin back then, and I'm like, why is this happening? Like, why is Corey Taylor having a thing with this stupid ass? I was kind of mad about that. So sure, I will always be mad about grizzled young veterans. Oh, okay,
That's cool.
That's cool. I will always be mad about grizzled young veterans not getting their flowers. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sipia, Mark, I'm sorry you missed out. This is actually the third attempt at a Slipknot concert in Bulgaria. The first two ones did not happen, and this is the third one. And I hope it happens, because if it gets canceled once again, I'm just no. I'm not gonna I'm not I'm not gonna take it light well. And I do not want to go back to drinking. I no. So back to Grizzly Young Veterans. I was really hoping that they won the oh my god, what it slipped out of my mind.
You said something about getting their flowers.
Yeah, but I always hope that they won the Jesus.
The Dusty Rhodes Classic.
The Dusty Rhodes Classic. Oh my god, like what is happening? Yeah, the Dusty Road Classics, the first and the second one.
Yeah, sorry, even I thought that was good.
Oh, Ryan, you're lucky I like you.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And like I think that weren't they in both finals?
Yes, they went to the finals
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, and I was like the second year, and I was like, okay, now they're gonna win the tournament, and they didn't, and I was like, why? Like, why are they getting our hopes up? Like yet again, you know? It's not like, you know, it's. I'm not saying that Matt Riddle and Peter Dunne didn't deserve the Peter Dunne. I'm not saying that they didn't deserve to win the first time. Like they won the first time, right? They were the ones who defeated them. Like they were the
Yes.
ones who, yeah, okay.
Right.
Because as I mentioned this on the show last week, that team was a weird thing that worked. And this is the reason why I like Riddle with Orton right now. Because it's another weird thing that shouldn't work, but it does. And I'm not saying that they didn't deserve to win that tournament, but it just the Grizzled Young Veterans are a bona fide tag team. And when you put a bona fide tag team against two wrestlers that are great singles superstars, but not a tag team, actually them losing doesn't diminish their capacity in the ring. It's just when it comes to tag team wrestling, you would assume that the tag team that were together for the longest actually beats the ones who haven't been together for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's just logical. Okay, so it's like, okay, it's like putting the Young Bucks against say two good single superstars in AEW. I'm not saying that I can't think of ones right now.
Well, let's just go with like Andrade and Miro.
Okay, so you assume that the Young Bucks win because they have been a tag team for all their lives, and it's just tag team wrestling is tag team wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can have Claudio and Eddie Kingston. Like I never want to see those two lose ever.
Yeah.
But like when you put those incredible wrestlers in a tag team against probably one of the best tag teams in the world right now, you would assume that the ones who are best at what they do right now should win. It's just logic. Okay, so this is why, like the first time I was pissed that the Grizzly Young Veterans didn't win. This time was even weirder. It's just why, like, it's is it because they think that they're not good enough? Like, please tell me, because if they
Well-
actually think that they're not good enough, is it because they're British? Like, is that
No, I think this time it was because of the Creed brothers. I think they want to push him as like their next big thing eventually, or I think that's what they're going to try.
Creed brothers are an amazing tag team and one of the few things that are holding NXT together right now. In my opinion, I love the Creed brothers. They're amazing.
Yes, and the thing
One of the
is,
few things that works.
and that's the thing, like if the way that Roddy Strong stuff's going, Roderick Strong and the Creed brothers, like their little back and forth, they would have been fine losing. Like if Roderick cost them and let Grizzled Young Veterans win, it would have been fine. That way you could, that feud's still going, or you could let them have their feud. Grizzled Young Veterans, they get the notoriety of it. Let them have it like as their stats. But then again, WWE's making them change their damn names.
Also, let me just remind you guys that the NXT UK Tag Team Champions are on this show. On your freaking show. Like when they brought those fucking tag team titles on NXT 2.0, I was like, okay, this is how the Grizzly Young Veterans win those titles. This is how they do it. Okay, let's go. And they're just giving them to Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
I love Pretty Deadly. The way they presented them on NXT 2.0 was ridiculous, because what they did is they tried to put the US audience against the British guys.
Yeah.
This is basically what they're doing.
That gets old, by the way.
That scene they did on this week's show where they went into a bar and them just basically saying, "We don't take kindly to your types around here."
Wow, that's pretty good.
I know.
You should do that at
That's
your
from-
bar sometime, by the way.
No. I can do that perfectly because I watch South Park.
Mhm.
And that's from South Park. And like this was so insulting. Why? Like what? They just walked into a bar. You don't like what do you do? Like what the hell did they say? They basically came into the bar. Like the only reason they came into this bar was so they can like see those two fuckheads and just okay, like challenge them to a fight, you know? And why is that bartender chick always there? Like, is that
Fallon, or I forgot what her name is now, and
it's bartender wrestler chick,
yeah, but
the one who had the audacity to beat Emilia McKenzie on NXT UK, and I will never get over that. Never. And I just brought that up and I got angry. So weird
Fallon Henley.
Yeah, weird into horses bartender wrestler is attending a bar and always has a bat in handy. Like, is that a thing in US bars? Do bartenders have bats with them?
No, well,
I
not the
need
bars I go
answers.
to, anyways. Not the bars I go to. Or
I
used
need
to.
answers. Like, why is this a thing?
No,
And I
it's
would
not.
assume that they are in Florida. Why are they dressed as if they're in Texas?
Well, that's just their gimmick. But yeah. So
everyone was dressed like that.
well, it could have just been a country western bar too. Then there's bars like the, I don't know, if like there's bars that have their own like clientele, basically, is the best way to
Okay.
say it. So maybe that's what it is. I don't
Gimmick bars.
Yeah, gimmick bar. There you go. But moving on, Santana and Ortiz are reportedly not on good terms. That was pretty surprising to hear. Conan said on his Keep It 100 podcast, when he was asked about it, he mentioned that Fightful Sean Ross Sapp commented not too long ago about how the two have not had a tag team match since February. He just made it like a comment about it, and Conan basically said that yes, they are not on good terms. He didn't go in depth by any means, but it explains a lot now. Like you said earlier, that's why they're not tag team champions, probably. Well, obviously, or wrestling for the tag team champions. So,
Yes, as I said, this explains a lot. Because like what do we know? Like, we wrestling fans were always quick to jump on Twitter and say that when are Proud and Powerful gonna get their flowers? When are they getting their titles? And we always run our mouth while there was actually something deeper going on. And like I'm just so incredibly sad. Like I wish this wasn't happening, because they were, if not my favorite, one of my favorites in in AEW, and they should have had a run with those titles.
yeah. And
Like
Scott,
back in, I don't know, 2020.
yeah, when they got there almost right after. Scott, basically, when it comes to Conan, the he's been attached to those guys forever, like LAX, and that's one thing I've noticed in his history. He doesn't. Oh, we got our people back, our spam bots.
Oh,
yeah. So,
they heard my reaction to one of them.
Foreign bots. Anyways, but yeah, the reason why
Are people back?
Yeah, there are people. Anyways, that's with them. He's not. I've never noticed him to basically bullshit with them or bullshit about them. So, in this case, I tend to believe him. Plus, if you add the fact that they haven't tagged since February, it makes sense.
Yeah, like it seriously makes sense, and I wish it didn't.
Yeah,
I really, really wish it didn't, because their matches are instant classics and I love them. And they, like, I'm not saying that they won't be, like, eventually they can be amazing single superstars on their own, but like you can have that chemistry with another person in a ring so rarely that when you do, you hang on to it. But whatever there is going on between them, like I just wish they could get on the same page, and I wish they resolve whatever issues they have, and of course, whatever they decide to do is their own decision. And we shouldn't get between the relationship of two people anyway, but I'm just hoping for the best.
Yep. So let's go ahead and go into the AEW Rampage preview for tonight. Malachi Black and Brody King taking on Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Ring of Honor World Championship, sorry, that's not supposed to be World Championship. Or it's is it what title does Gresham have? Does he have he has the World Championship. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Samoa Joe. Sorry. I lost it for a second. Yep, Gresham versus Lee Moriarty. Athena and Chris Statlander facing Charlotte and Robin Renegade, and the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. So that's your AEW Rampage preview. We have SmackDown preview tonight. As first reported before WWE Twitter reported, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported that we will see the Usos versus Street Profits. And tonight, the special guest
Oh my
referee
God,
will be
shocking.
unveiled. Yeah, they will announce a special guest referee for SummerSlam, though. So, yay.
Who's it gonna be?
Probably Paul Heyman. No, I don't know.
I have
it'll be
no idea who's.
No, I don't either. But it's
Is
at
it
least
will this be the way they debut Solo Sikoa? And please say no.
no. I don't.
No.
Think,
Okay.
No, I don't think
Okay.
you go that
Because
route.
I would absolutely hate that.
The way, in my opinion, the way you bring it, if you're bringing Solo Sikoa, we'll go off topic here. If you're bringing Solo Sikoa in, the way you do it is you have him help Roman beat Brock. That's how I would do it. Like let him take out Brock. That's how I'm. If he's coming up, then that's when I would do it.
Okay, so it's probably gonna be Sami Zayn, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And Scott even says it in the chat there. It's likely Sami Zayn.
Sure, but like, here's the thing: like, Sami Zayn makes everything watchable. Okay.
Oh yeah, he makes it better.
Like, he's such a professional. Like, you cannot possibly not like that guy.
You know what I would like out of this, if that's the case, if it's Sami Zayn, what I would like them to do is bring in like Johnny Knoxville as a ring enforcer, something like that. That way he can keep this thing going.
Yeah, but like they have been continuing the feud on Instagram. Okay, so like when Sami Zayn posted something for his Sami for Syria on his birthday, and he said that he's gonna double or triple the donations for that. And Johnny Knoxville wrote a comment beneath that. It's really hard to hate on you right now. So they're basically kind of, continuing that. But come on, I will enjoy the crap out of Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville Part 2. I really, really will love that.
Yeah, I'd take that too. Our guy Throwback sends us another generous super chat. Welcome to WWE, where our talent changes names more often as our social media numbers go up. Do you see Pretty Deadly versus Briggs and Jensen with Fallon Henley to be a great match? And do you see Toxic Attraction going to Raw soon? Well, I really thought with Toxic Attraction, I thought if Roxy was going to win, I thought we were going to see Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction up like now.
But
like
that's
soon.
not.
That's not happening now. So, but I think they're due. I think they're going to go up pretty soon. If not, I think you have to put them on Raw. But they could go to SmackDown.
Yeah, but okay. So here's a question: what the fuck do you do with those women's NXT titles, tag team titles, right now? Like, what do you do? Like, do you have, like, do you say, okay, I don't want these titles anymore and just vacate them, because that will totally be believable and that will totally bring great value to those belts.
Yeah.
Great value. Also, great value to the women's division in NXT and WWE as a general.
Yeah.
So what do you do with those titles? This is the thing. Like they used to say that they were going to have a women's tournament to crown new WWE women's tag team champions. They scrapped that and they never said it again. I don't know if they forgot about those titles or whatever. So they decided to do the same thing with the NXT ones, that I actually will never understand why they made them in the first place. Yeah. Like, everyone is asking why they exist. And every time I used to say that for me, this was Triple H's way of saying to Vince McMahon that he doesn't want his roster anywhere near his. This for me, this was the reason why Triple H made NXT women's tag team belts, because he didn't want the main roster coming to his show and just jobbing them out, because you surely that this was what Vince was aiming at. And yeah, no, I will never forgive them for how they eliminated Walter from Survivor Series. I still see that in my nightmares, and it will not go away because it still happened. Did they do that to Samoa Joe the year before that? Was it Samoa Joe? I think it was Samoa Joe, because I was equally pissed off when they did it to Walter.
Yeah, I don't remember Samoa Joe being in that match long, so that's probably right.
I think Samoa Joe was either eliminated in a minute or so, or he was the first one to get eliminated.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
So no, like pretty deadly against Briggs and Jensen, yeah, I suppose, but I think that for whatever reason that they're hot on Briggs and Jensen. I don't know why. Seriously, I have no idea why. They have zero charisma together. Seriously, and I'm not just mad because they're holding the NXT UK championships. I'm not saying that because of that. I actually want the wrestlers and the wrestling to be good on my TV, and the actual ones who hold titles to be worthy of them. I don't know. Like NXT UK deserves those titles back. They should have those titles back. They have no titles on their show apart from Amy Satomura.
we had more porn bots, by the way. I wasn't looking at chat, and we got all kinds of weird crap in there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's me.
Well, maybe.
This is how you know you've made it, when you have porn bots.
Well, I'd rather deal with the porn bots than the a-hole that was just here. So, but yeah, as far as that match goes, the thing about WWE is if they let any of their talent just have a hell of a match, just say, hey, go out there. Any of their talent can do it. That's the thing. It just depends on will they let them. Briggs and Jensen can wrestle. I've obviously watched them on TV. They do have in ring. They're pretty good, pretty deadly. We already know they're pretty good. So it's just one of those things where it just really depends on the talent can do it. It just depends on the producers and Shawn Michaels, I guess, because he's the one running NXT.
Yes.
So going back into the SmackDown preview, we have the New Day taking on the Viking Raiders. Alexa Bliss.
This is a pay-per-view match. Why have it on SmackDown? Or we're probably not gonna get it on SmackDown. I smell a DQ.
Oh yeah, well,
or a double count out, or other sort of fuckery.
Yeah, well,
fuck finish. Caden, shout out to Caden. Fuck finish.
Yeah. So you have I said Alexa Bliss, but I actually meant Liv Morgan defending her title against Natalya. Madcap Moss taking on Austin Theory. Those are the 4 matches that are unveiled right now. I'm sure we'll get Sheamus and Drew McIntyre teaming up again or some shit like that. But yeah, SmackDown is one of those shows that I haven't had to catch live often recently. So that'll probably be the same tonight, I'm guessing. The other thing that I was going to bring up about NXT UK, Mark Coffey won the NXT Heritage Cup by defeating Noam Dar.
Did.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. I watched that last night.
Yeah, and of course, the match is worth the watch.
Yes.
As I say that the NXT UK Heritage Cup, those matches are always the highlight of the show, because those sorts of matches always like you're basically guaranteed a phenomenal match. like I cannot possibly remember a match in Heritage Cup rules in NXT UK that wasn't an incredible watch. Uh, it's and like all the winners of that cup have looked incredible. Like I'm sorry, I'm sure that the majority of WWE fans know Noam Dar only for Alicia Fox. I know that the majority of the people know him only for
Whoa!
that.
Sorry, 1 second. I got like some kind of weird message that popped up on my computer.
Really? What?
Yeah, just it was a weird. Sorry, 1 second. Go ahead. You can keep talking while I fix this.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I should be.
Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm sure that a lot of people are familiar with Noam Dar only from this, and it's a pity because Noam Dar is really fun to watch in the ring. Like if you haven't watched him on the cruiserweight division and now in NXT UK, you're missing out a lot. Like his, you know how the Miz has Miz TV. Well, Noam Dar has his own talk show, and it's way cooler, way funnier, and so incredibly stupid. I love it. And it's one of these things because I know how WWE are when it comes to this, but when Mark Coffey won last night, I was like, okay, so are they breaking up Gallus? Because I'm so like we've seen this before. What when one of the people from a faction who wins solo gold, like the faction is broken up eventually, like in the near future. When Tyler Bate won the Heritage Cup, eventually they broke up Mustache Mountain, and I suppose we're gonna see it with Gallus, and I'm incredible.
Yeah, well, hold
Why?
on.
If they break up Gallus, I'm just gonna lose it because like they're legitimately one of the last remaining tag teams in NXT UK apart from Subculture, I suppose, and De Familia. Like the real tag teams, and De Familia aren't really even like they're sort of a put together group which I enjoy watching. But they've lost a lot, so they don't have much credibility here. And like if they break up Gallus, because at the end of that match, we saw uh, we saw Joe Coffey return finally because he was a bit injured, if I can remember correctly. We saw him return and actually embrace, with a hug with Mark, and I was like, "Oh my god, please don't do it, please don't." And I was just, again, I was watching the show while I was at work this morning, and I was just eating a bunch of really unhealthy breakfast, by the way. And I was just behind the bar and just drinking water, and I'm like, "Please don't do it, please don't." Do it.
Okay. Well, before I forget, let's go. I'll say this. Throwback sent us another super chat. Just said that he thinks Solo Sikoa will be the next North America champion. I could see that happening too. I could definitely see it. I just think what I was saying as far as Solo Sikoa goes, that's how I would bring him up. Not necessarily that's going to happen, but Solo Sikoa would definitely be North America champion.
Just ask Joel Plural how he
I
would
don't-
bring up Soulsco, and then they're gonna do it. Like,
Nah, I'm good. I don't want anything to happen like when I ask a question like that.
Yeah.
Our guy Chris Doc sends us a super chat that says, "Need a nap. You guys are the best. Love the show." Well, thank you, voice of God. We love you.
I hope that the voice of God has a great nap because he deserves a great nap.
He does.
People should be able to sleep when they want to. I did not sleep Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I did not. I was actually at a sleepover. I told you,
Yeah. Yep.
at my best friend's sleepover, and I did not sleep at all because it was not my bed and it was not my pillow, and there was a kid
Pillows.
sleeping like 1 meter from me.
Ah.
No.
Well-
I'm so weird. I can never sleep if it's not my bed.
Oh, I'm the same way. Like unless I'm like at a hotel, I'm fine. But yeah, I can't do that either.
Yeah,
But
it's frustrating.
well, moving on. Stop me if you've heard this before. AEW is having another pay-per-view in Chicago. All Out.
No.
Yep, I know. I'm sorry to break the news to you. All Out, which it's not a surprise, obviously, but All Out Chicago, they are going to have AEW Dynamite the Wednesday before. They are also going to have AEW Rampage live from there. So that's that's not really a shock by any means. So as far as Chicago goes, what do you think they should have gone somewhere else? Just because they were just there for Forbidden Door, it doesn't matter to me. Like, really? But I know some people are disappointed.
Okay, yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna speak. I'm not gonna say anything about the arena. Like I've heard people complain a lot about the way they get home after the show from the arena because it's not actually in the city, right? It's that arena, right?
It's
Okay.
it's further out, but
Okay, I get it. But I really don't care that much where the shows are held because I do not attend them. I just
Yeah.
watch them. It's
I know.
whatever to me. And it's always like I will never attend an arena whatsoever, so I don't give a crap. And but the thing is that people actually take notice to that, and I always feel like AEW is in Chicago a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I know it's TK's town. I
Yep.
get it. But it's like at some point it's gonna get tiring, right? Like, it
I
should be.
think for some fans it is. The one thing that I like about Chicago is you know this. You obviously get a great crowd because they're a great crowd. Chicago's a great wrestling city. But I think and the one thing I will say, Tony Khan has been adamant from the start that he wanted All Out to be in Chicago every year.
Yeah, okay.
And he said the same thing about Double or Nothing for Las Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And the thing is that Forbidden Door show might have just, I know they planned it for a while, but maybe that was just a good time for them to do it. And they're like, you know what? Let's get a big crowd. Chicago United Center, we could do it. My biggest issue with it being in Chicago is why is it at the Now Arena? Like that small ass arena compared to like somewhere else. Maybe United Center is booked. So if that's the case, I get it. But it's just like from a financial standpoint, that part doesn't make any sense because you can make so much more money.
Yes.
But I mean, I hate the phrase "it is what it is," but it just doesn't make sense. And from a business standpoint, Tony Khan and his dad, Tony Khan makes money too. Like I don't want to make it sound like he has all his dad's money. He's done some things where he's created good financial decision, start a company, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what it comes down to is when you can make more money like that, why would you not try to like go somewhere bigger? Now, if it turns out the United Center is scheduled for something, okay, that's fine. But I just think that they need to stop with the Now Arena is what I'm saying. They need to United Center. They're going to sell just as many tickets. I don't know what like the rent part is, like or renting capacity and stuff like that. That pricing goes, but I'm willing to bet it'll come out. They'll come out ahead still, but we shall see.
Oh yeah, surely. Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, good movie. So yeah, that's it. But as we move on, let's go ahead and go to our last Cooper effect. Here we go.
Guys, our second Cooper fact is, of course, about Tom Campbell from Cultaholic, who will be joining us in a bit on on the show. We won't be going to Fightful Select. We will be live here on the stream on Overbooked. Afterwards, Rob will upload the video on Select also. So we're gonna have Tom here, and we're gonna talk about mental health, as he is, for me, one of the warm-hearted people on Twitter that I've met, and he has been so great for mental health for me, and he showed not only me but people that he interacted with that it was okay not to be okay during the pandemic, and I will forever be grateful for that. And we're gonna talk about so many silly stuff later on the stream, but I'm marking out a bit. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm human. Like I've been watching Tom for quite some time on YouTube, and I've been following his career, and I've looked up to the way that he handles situations. And as I said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm also super excited for that because he's such an amazing person.
What in the fuck are you talking about? Seriously. Get the fuck out of here.
We never said that. Like, just okay. Like,
Yeah, you can. I'll see you later, dipshit.
yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? What the fuck? That drives me nuts. Yeah, and I brought it up because that's one of the dumbest things I've read ever on YouTube. What the fuck? Pardon my French, but that's just stupid as hell. That actually pisses me right off. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I know that no, it's we never said anything about that.
I don't know what the they just wanted attention, I guess. I don't know what the hell they were talking.
Just fucking as Tom would say, just block and move on.
Yep, block and move on. Peace.
Yes, just block and move on. It's one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah, that is true. And I've learned that recently myself, learning it by you, but that time it was like, no.
No,
not one I'm not gonna stand for. So but yeah. Lost my shit for a second. I don't know if anybody else noticed that.
what is happening?
No idea.
We have another one, so it's yes. Yeah, sure.
I don't know what the hell is going on, but
it's fine. Like, I prefer porn bots, by the way.
Porn bots are actually better because you're ignorant too, by the way. See you later.
Yeah.
What the Fuck.
Yeah, but no, jeez. So guys, please stay tuned for our guest Tom Campbell, who will be on in just a bit. And if Rob wants to, he with a TNT made for TV called. Jeez, Ryan, why? Why would you associate Kyle McCullough?
Oh,
Because I could never pronounce his name. Kyle McCullough.
Kyle McLaughlin?
Yeah, Kyle McCullough.
Kyle McLaughlin. Okay, well, Jesus.
Are you calmed down?
Yeah, I'm calmed down now.
I need you to
I
be
got
calm.
I got out of it now. I'm good. I got to say
Okay.
what I need to say. Just don't bring that horse shit here. That's all I have to say.
Yes, please. Like, do not. Like, I may live in a racist country, but I'm not the one saying bad things about people. Like, never.
Oh, God. All right. We got some jokes.
Yes, please.
What the hell is it? Hold on.
What is your job? What are your jokes?
Sorry. I have to pay attention to chat too because this place is crazy all of a sudden. I saw my wife walk past me with her sexiest underwear on, which can only mean one thing. Today is laundry day.
Rob!
Well, I'm not married.
Okay. Jesus.
A man found a woman tied to the rail tracks and untied her. They then had a lot of sex, and he was on his way to the bar. He started boasting about all the different positions they had sex in. The bartender said to him, "Well, did you get any head?" The man replies, "I couldn't find the head." Ba-dum-bum.
Rob!
I'm sorry. It was a good joke. It was a good one. A wife came home, comes back home, and sees that her apartment is on fire. The place is surrounded by firefighters and police officers, and they're not letting anybody in. And why would they? The wife is hysterical. She goes forward shouting at them, says to let her through. I'm not married, dipshit. Did you listen? At them to let her through and that her husband was inside. The fireman tries to calm her down and tells her, "I'm sorry, but we can't let you go. Everybody inside is dead." The wife goes even more crazy, just wanting to just pass through. The firefighter just says, "No, it's not going to happen." She explains to him, "I can at least identify him. Can you just bring the corpses out?" And they do. And she starts putting her hand in the body bag. And she's like, "Well, that's not him." And then she goes and grabs another guy and says, "That's not him." And she does it one last time. And she's, "Well, hell, that guy doesn't even live here."
No!
I'm sorry. I went there.
No! Let me just send JJ a quick message that we need him as a moderator on the show.
Yeah, or anybody. I don't know if I can make anybody a moderator in here. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I got two more. Like, these are somewhat dad jokes, I think.
Okay, I'm here for the dad
Why
jokes.
did King Arthur cut off the Black Knight's leg?
Why?
To defeat him.
Jesus Christ, Rob.
What do you think? What do you call a blind dinosaur?
What?
Do you think he saw us?
Ah! That's a good one. I'm just gonna try to remember that, but I won't.
Yeah,
My memory sucks.
All right, well, let's go to some laughs here.
Why are these people here?
No idea.
Like, how many accounts do these people have?
No idea. And they're ignorant, but well, guys, since we have a few minutes and we're waiting for Tom, I decided to go ahead and make a video of some of our best moments, and I'm going to play those.
How long is it?
It is 5 minutes and 58 seconds.
Okay.
So here we go, and I'll be paying attention to chat while we're watching this.
Because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, well, I want you to pay me loads, so then I'm going to get to this date and then use whatever leverage I've got. Like that, I can understand both sides of that argument, right? At the same time, there has to be some. Oh God!
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Oh, hey.
Sorry. What the hell happened there? My bad.
Why is Alex
Ambrose,
McCarthy
John
even
Cena?
here? Why is he even here?
He's a fan.
What is this?
Bring back
He's a fan of our show. John
I
Cena's
kicked
here.
Alex
Well, that's
off.
Dean Ambrose.
He's not needed.
John Cena's here.
No! What are you doing? That was my birthday
I don't know,
present.
Drew. I get message that we need help, that things have
We don't
gone
need help.
haywire.
Well,
Rob has
I need
disappeared, and then I pop
yeah.
on. I see Alex McCarthy here, and so I'm like, why? What is he doing here? So I just kicked him off. Seems like
Be in
everything's
a ray of
situated.
fucking sunshine.
I am going to beat the
Yeah, I'm
fuck
back.
out of Jeremy one day. I cannot wait.
I had computer issues. What else is new?
All right, it seems like everything's fine. So y'all
Oh, yeah.
continue on. Bye. Glad it's all
Bye.
set up. Hi, Alex.
Hey, brother.
Big Drew McIntyre kisses to you, Alex McCarthy. Hi, guys.
Get the fuck out of here. Right. Anyway, the only thing I was saying on MJF is I think they've just worked with what they've got and they thought, how can we make it?
He really is, and the thing that I love most about this whole situation is that MJF can only get better from now on. Like,
Fuck me, Rob's gonna.
this is fine. Like, Jeremy can come back. Like, this is okay. Yeah, MJF can go. He up and up and up. Like, this is. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Man,
It's gonna be so good.
Exactly. Like, would MJF be the one to dethrone Punk? Oh no!
I have to cool down because I'm gonna lose my shit.
Rob looks like me watching Wardlow.
Oh wow!
Hey, you games, and when I was like, "Can you teach me how to play video games?" And they were like, "Oh, you can't play video games," or they were making fun of me for and I just didn't get to do that like at all. I suck at video games because I've never played video games.
I always like playing with my joystick, but we'll see you guys next week. So at least something good is going to happen. But again, next week we will be back. Want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. I will get this internet figured out, so we'll be good there. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next week. It was fun. Bye-bye.
Are you gonna forget to, tell people where they can find us and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I was about to. See? That's perfect. Maggie, tell me.
Guys, you can find me on Twitter at _Maggie.
You want to try that again? Okay. You can find me if you want to at Rob Wilkins on Twitter. Follow Maggie at Maggie_IK. And then Maggie, what's your Instagram?
It's Maggie.ik.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah, if you want to. I wouldn't blame you if you don't follow me right now. Anyways, we'll peace out before I do something else. Bye-bye. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you that's what they want most out of anything at Fightful. They want us to have fun. And if you're having fun, we're having fun. And as we close out the show, again, we want to say thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
No, wait. You can follow me.
Damn it.
Rob!
You see right underneath there. You can follow Rob Wilkins on Twitter. There we go. Yeah, right there. Follow Rob Wilkins on Twitter. And then where Maggie is over there. You can follow Maggie. Maggie, where else can they follow? Just talk to him. I can't.
You can follow me at Instagram at Maggie.ik and on Twitter at Maggie_IK. Please pray for Ethel and Barney. Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't know that. Whoops. Yeah.
Oh, Rob. Barney.
I thought it was out there. Oh, well. Nothing like somebody else just...
Way to
Fantastic. Go. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
You know, I forgot most of these existed.
Yeah.
Like your eternal war with your mind to remember that you have to plug our shit.
Yeah.
Like it's one of my all-time favorites. And by the way, shout out to my camera for being better than it used to be.
My God.
Yes. So are we ready, Rob?
Yes. Yeah, whenever. So we're good.
Okay.
We are good.
So
I'm just having fun with the chat.
Yeah, sure. I suppose JJ never got to me, but by the way, so it's okay. I suppose that he'll be here, or maybe he won't. So, guys, please let me introduce to you one of the sweetest guys ever on Cultaholic, and now right here on Fightful Overbooked. Guys, it's Tom Campbell.
Hold on, it's not coming up for me. 1 second.
As soon as Rob can get him on the stream with us.
What is going on here?
Yes, well, there you go. The technical difficulties.
Yeah, the first one.
The first one. It's on the right track here. And JJ still hasn't come back to me, so
there he is.
So it's absolutely fun.
There he is.
What?
Welcome.
Where am I? This isn't home.
No, it's not.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm late, rather than Maggie Maggle. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I have a good excuse. I was engaging in my favorite pastime. That's why I was late.
You were
today.
engaging in your favorite pastime.
Yeah, you've got to have a hobby that isn't wrestling, haven't you? You've got to have a hobby that isn't wrestling, like some people do. I know, we know, Rob. I know you're a big fan of tobogganing.
Yes.
And Maggie, I know you're a big fan of fly tipping. I like to spend my free time making bootleg versions of Mel Coleman pieces. So I mean, there's Ken Omegle. There's Jon Mockery. There he is. Look at that. John's a big. John's told me he's a big fan of that one in particular. Who else have we got? Oh, there's Orange Cassio. There we go. We've done that as well. Bootleg Mel Coleman artwork. I know she's a hit on on Coexist. So if you want it, whatever Mel charges for her art, I'll charge you $1 less.
Okay.
And you can come and get it from me instead. And I'll even do customs. Not the rude ones, though. That's terrible. Anyway.
The thing is that shipping from the UK to Bulgaria will be less.
Shipping's free. Mel charges for shipping. Shipping's free.
Yeah,
100% free.
But Mel is a sweetheart, just like you, Tom. So it's
but mine's $1 cheaper. So.
Okay, my first question. What are you?
Hi,
thinking?
Rob. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Maggie. It's lovely to see you both.
It's so lovely to be on the stream with you. Finally, it's been a long time coming.
Now, what's nice is like Maggie and I, we go back a long time. One of the roughest bartenders in Bulgaria. There's reports about her, Rob, over here in the UK. But Rob, this is the first time I think we've properly interacted.
Yes,
this is an honor and a privilege, my friend.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you. Right back at you. I'm a fan of your work too, so it's awesome.
Stop it.
Sorry.
So, what are you drinking right now? What is in there?
Right.
And if you say water, I will. No.
What will you do if I say water?
What will you do? You because
nice.
I am also drinking water.
That's not water where you're from. I doubt that for a second.
No.
I've been very stereotypical. This is tea.
Is it tea? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But there's a company in the UK called Yorkshire Tea. They make the best tea. I'm not even up for the argument about it. But they do a flavor of tea which tastes like cookies, like biscuits. Have been dunked in it. You know, when you dunk, I don't know whether it's a thing over there. Like over here, when you have a cup of tea or a coffee, you dunk biscuits in it because we're savages. But what they do with this one is they basically infuse it with the flavor like you've already dunked a biscuit in. It's some dark art stuff that I don't understand. But
what if you nonetheless dunk a cookie in it?
You then get it's
it
like you've dunked twice. Oh, it's cookieception. You go back in time.
Before you dunk.
It takes you back to your birth. It takes you back to the journey down the canal. I believe it just tastes like you've dunked 2 cookies in for the price of one. I have to say cookies. Obviously, Rob is here, and Rob, as an American, if I say biscuits, that's different. That's like scones, in it.
Yes,
as we call them over here. But they're nice with gravy, or white paste, as we call that over here.
We call that sauce.
Sauce.
Yeah, it's basically sauce, but it's Bulgarian and it's sauce.
It's really good for sticking the wallpaper to the wall as well.
It is. Like my grandparents used to do it that way.
My grandparents used to survive by eating the wallpaper.
Basically. So let's get into this.
Have we started yet?
We have 30 minutes, so we need to get started.
What's happening in 30 minutes? Do we all explode?
Yep.
Yes, we are letting each other go because I must sleep and everyone else needs to sleep as well. Except
at the same
Rob,
time?
Separately.
Rob, I'm noticing on your back wall. In the same. I didn't say the same bed, you pervert. Rob, I'm noticing on your back wall a Casino Royale poster. Are you a Bond fan, sir?
I am a Bond fan, but that is my favorite Bond film. So that's why I have that one. But I am a huge James Bond fan. So, but yes, that's
Stop asking the questions we're supposed to be asking.
Yep.
I know, but I just wanted to get from Rob who's the best Bond.
But you asked the first question.
In my opinion, it's really hard. But Daniel Craig's my favorite one. But I like Sean Connery too.
Sean Connery is the right answer.
Yeah,
that's very good.
Sean Connery is the only right answer.
Well, that's the thing. But it's turned into we're answering the question. But that's the thing. I liked Daniel Craig's ones a lot more. I think because of just the way the stories, I think, is what I just enjoyed about them. Is they felt
you American.
more. Yeah, that's probably why.
You Americans come.
Americans. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're Star Wars fans here.
Rob,
You rebel scum and etc.
Rob, I don't think I heard Maggie call you American scum. I don't think you're American.
I don't. Yeah. That's
okay.
so yeah.
I love you, mate. I love you, mate. It's all love.
So
have we started yet? Have we started yet?
Okay, yeah, I'm starting. Like,
have I told you about my bootleg artwork? Bootleg Mel Coleman's. No, this is why I'm here. I'm here to plug my bootleg Mel Coleman's. They're $1 cheaper than Mel Coleman's.
I'm giving you the platform.
they're a Canadian dollar cheaper than Mel Coleman's, and free shipping all around the world. So thank you, bootleg Mel Coleman art. Thank you. That's why I'm here. Anyway, we started yet.
Okay, so might as well talk about mental health right now.
Mine's fine. What are you talking about?
I don't see when the other time is. So I'm really serious right now. So I'm trying.
Okay, I will be cereal too.
Cereal. Yeah, I've never had cereal, so it's.
Have you not? Okay. Why have you never had cereal?
I know. I always get this reaction.
Yeah.
Cereal is not that big of a thing here. Like, we have cereal, but it's not that big.
But so the bowls are smaller. Is that what you mean?
Tom.
Do they do cereal in Bulgaria?
Yes.
Okay. So have you never been intrigued?
No. It's sugar. It's sugar in a bowl. Like, why? First thing in the morning. You know what that is? Cellulite. It's cellulite, and it's unnecessary.
Delicious. Lovely, warming, delicious cellulite.
It's delicious cellulite. And then crappy Bulgarians say that I'm fat because I have cellulite. No, thank you.
You're not fat.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know I'm not.
No.
I know I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm average.
As will the neighbours across the road from you who attest when you do your bikini workouts on a morning. You're not fat.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not fat. And I'm assured that everyone
and you, Rob,
with their photographs thinks...
My bikini workouts go well, so I haven't heard
your bikini workouts are the best, mate. I love them.
Yeah, they're great.
In your like bands or...
Yeah.
That like, slap you in your butt.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, okay, I'm trying to be serious.
Can you take control of the show, please? Have we started?
Yes, I'm trying to. So, Tom,
yes,
I actually, like, the main reasons why I wanted you on the show was because I wanted to thank you so much. Because, like, during the pandemic. During the pandemic, it was like the pandemic was kind of a shock for me because it was good for me because I finally had some days off. But I have this one quote from this Disney movie. It's hard to judge cruelty when it's the only thing you've known. Like, it's hard for me to judge no days off because I've had no days off, and so the pandemic was a good thing, but initially it was a shock for me because I didn't know what to do with my hours that I spend in my apartment. And this is when I actually started to use my Twitter. I've had it for 2 years before that, but I didn't use it. And so, like, the way you interacted with people on Twitter and the way you made people believe that it's perfectly fine to be depressed right now, and it's perfectly fine not to know what you're gonna feel like the day after that or the hour after that, because this is all incredibly new for every one of them, for every one of us. And you helped me more than you can ever know during the pandemic, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for you. And I just wanted you on the show to tell you that, and you just came here, and we're all incredibly wholesome with your face.
I have a holy face. What can I say?
Yes, you do have a holy face.
Three of them have healed.
I appreciate you so much. So my question is, tell me about Pablo.
Right. Are we on? Have we started? No. Are we? Is this going out? No, please excuse me. Is this going out on your YouTube channel as well? Because I'm aware that the
Yes.
YouTube algorithm can be a beast. Because there are certain expletives.
Yeah,
that I would.
I passed that a few minutes ago before you jumped on. So yeah, you can pretty much say what you need to say now.
Okay. I'll give it sort of a safer TV14 version. I love him, but he's a dickhead right now. He's a dickhead right now. We had a bit of a to-do with him the other week, our boy. I thought it'd be sensible because, he's an indoor cat. I'd like to take him out for a walk on lead. And cats, some cats are very good at taking a walk on lead. Some are excellent at doing it. My boy saw a jogger, got spooked, got off the lead and ran off in an area that he's not been for a walk before, straight under a hedge, straight into a fence. And so cue 25 minutes of me just screaming his name like he'd just come out, because lest I forget, he's a cat and he's a dickhead. Of course he won't. So I'm looking for him. My good lady's come down to look for him. We can't find him. We put a word out into our community Facebook page to say, look, can you please keep an eye out for our boy? Here's what he looks like. And bless, we had, and this is a big part of, the way I think a lot of people talk about like being kind and being good, because I'm a firm believer that if you are good, then good comes back. And the universe will always look after you. And sometimes it might take a while, but the universe will always look after you. And it was a little shining moment of that when I put out this message saying my cat's gone missing. Anybody come help, please do so. And we had 8 people from the neighborhood all come out to us and say, we're here to help you find your cat. And didn't ask anybody to, but they did. And we spent 6-7 hours like going around the neighborhood. I was going up and down the wooded, like we've got like a woodland area near where we live. I was climbing up and down through there, cut my arms and my chest and my legs to pieces, climbing through nettles and brambles, just because in case he's got stuck somewhere, he doesn't know the area. Night falls, still no sign of him. I've put food out by this point and his litter tray and some stuff with our scent on so he can find his way home. I messaged my boss, a wonderful man at Cultaholic by the name of Adam Pacitti, and I'll never get bored of telling this part, where I just said to Adam, I'm going to be in late tomorrow because my cat's got out. I'm out looking for him. I'd like to try again, in the light of the new day. Not Big E and Kofi Kingston or Xavier Woods. And to which Adam just messaged me saying, I tell you what, I'm on my way. I'll come give you a hand. This is at midnight UK time. And he made his way over here. 15 minutes later, he was here. And we carried on this. Bless him. He didn't have to do that. We carried on the search. And I came upstairs at one point, and where we are, there's a little balcony. And I looked down at the balcony where I could see his food bowl. This is now 2:30 in the morning. We've been searching. 2:30 in the morning, no sign of him. I looked down at the balcony. My good lady, she's gone to bed because I've said, look, we'll work shifts. I'll carry on through the night. You can look in the morning. So she's gone to bed. But I've come up and I've looked over the balcony. And this little dickhead appears out of the hedge near the front door.
Sure.
Where he'd almost definitely been the whole time. Not in the woods, not in the car park, which I'd searched under every car for, looking like I was doing some sort of dogging. Not in the 2 pubs that I frantically went into over the way, thinking someone's come out of the pub and maybe kicked him. No, not in any of the woodland embankments that I climbed up and cut myself to ribbons in. No, the hedge next to the front door. I come downstairs and he sees me. And when cats are rattled because like their fur's all up, all sharp and uptight, and his tail's all massive and fluffy. He looks like he's had an awful night. And he sees me. I'm like, hey, hello, Bubba. Hello, buddy. Hey, buddy. So I go down to his level and he goes, round 2. Boom, gone again. When you complete Mario Brothers 1, Rob, you might get this. I don't know whether we're of a similar vintage, you and I, my friend. And I mean that with love because it's the best age. When you complete Mario Brothers 1 and it just takes you back to level 1 again. But this time it's a bit tougher. He's gone again. And I say to Adam, like, we carry on looking at Adam and I say, right, I think I know what he's going to do, because my alarm normally goes off at 4:30 in the morning. And that's normally when he gets fed. I think at 4:30, he's going to pop his head out and he's going to want to get fed again. And like clockwork, like he had a watch on, he appears again from I don't know how he got behind us again in the hedges. There must be like a system of tunnels.
Surely.
He got behind us again. And he came out of the hedge. And at that point, he had a bit of food and then just flopped down like, I'm tired now. I don't want to play anymore. And I'd gone around the one side to go and cover up this hole in the hedge. I think if you run off again, you ain't getting through this hole in the flipping edge. By which point, Adam rang my phone and went, I've got him. Okay, you've got him. And there's Adam holding Pablo at now 4:45 in the morning after being up all like 12 hours looking for him by the time this happens. I've never in my entire life wanted to love and hate the same thing at the same time. I was in equal measures furious, but just like so delighted that he was back, but so angry, but so delighted that he was back. So he's had an adventure. And you know what? I don't know whether either of you have cats or have experience with cats.
I've had loads of cats.
You've had loads of cats, Rob.
I have a cat. Yep.
You have a cat. Right. They can be arrogant little dickheads, can't they? They can. And Maggie, they can be arrogant dickheads, can't they? They can. And the arrogance that he exuded for days afterwards, unapologetic, having given us an awful night.
Of course. It's like they're proud of that.
Yeah. There's a pride there.
Mm-hmm.
Furious.
Like it's a gift and a curse, you know.
It is a bit. But you know what? All that aside, he's back. And this kind of weirdly comes back to my beliefs about like putting good out into the world. And you know, we've had a rough couple of weeks through numerous things away from the lulls and the bants of YouTube camera stuff. And I'm a believer that the universe always finds a way to kind of put everything back where it needs to be, or at least sort of point you in the direction. And I feel if you put good out, then that good will always find its way back, like a cat in the hedge near the front door. I can still see him in my head, guys, just walking out like nothing happened.
I know it's what they do, Tom. Like it's so ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, Rob,
have we started yet?
Yeah. Can you please read the super chat from?
Yes, yep.
From Tom, yeah.
Tom Talks Rubbish says, thanks to everyone here for being a true inspiration to me. Stay safe. Love you. Bye. Thanks, Tom.
Congratulations, Tom Talks Rubbish, who's fast approaching his 100th episode as well.
Yeah,
so
he's awesome.
To Tom.
Sure.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I just remembered something that I actually forgot. Because I loved you guys so much during the pandemic, I actually made a wrestling drink for you guys.
You did indeed. You made a Cultaholic cocktail.
Yes,
which I've not yet made myself, but I'd like to.
It's okay. You'll do one in the future, but it's actually it's like, first of all, it was the first cocktail I ever done for like the wrestling drinks thing, and it started the whole thing with me having to throw or break something in my videos.
You were very aggressive at the start of those videos.
Yes, because this was. This was the second time I was trying to film that video, because the first time I broke the mixing glass. I had a really fancy mixing glass, and because I broke it,
just throwing it.
No, because while I was stirring the thing in it, I got aggressively stirring, and it actually broke. And I was so mad that I couldn't keep a straight face. And I decided to put it in the video. And after that, I threw a shot after drinking it. Like I threw it in the back. And it actually, after that, people demanded I throw and break stuff on my video. So
you've now got a rep for making and breaking.
Yes, I do. So it's yes, a thing. Do you sing in the shower? No, do you sing in the shower?
Do I sing in the shower?
And what do you sing in the shower? Do you sing wrestling themes?
Not often. No. I don't sing I'm an ass man in the shower. It tends to upset the people next door.
Why?
Not that I'm not. But okay, the last song I sang in the shower. Okay, I'll tell you what the last song I sang is in the shower was. For some, like I normally fall asleep with Spotify playlists in my ear or a podcast in my ear, sometimes coexisting. And sometimes if I leave a Spotify playlist on, I tend to throw up random stuff that I'd forgotten about, and it threw up a song by Mr. Mister called Key-Ray, and that sounds really good with the optics in my bathroom. So I gave a nice big shout of Key-Ray Elation, down the road that I must travel. I can't sing too loud tonight because it is nearly 10 p.m. in the evening. I know that my good lady is asleep next door because she has a silly early shift first thing in the morning. So I sadly cannot give you a belting rendition of it. That was
shit.
I know. We'll have to get over it. But that was the last song that I sang in the shower. So it was the last shower I had. So that was about 2 weeks ago. So that's good. What do you sing in the shower?
I've never sung in the shower.
Do you just silently wash?
Absolutely. Like
silently, methodically wash.
Yes, I listen to the sound of, soapy things on my bike. Rob, can you?
Wow.
Well,
it's gonna make the best of show there. Well, my question. This is the only wrestling question I ask: is what got you into wrestling? Was there a moment that just like you're like, I love this. I gotta watch this like all the time now.
I think it was coexisting with Rob and Maggie. Wasn't bothered about it before then.
Okay.
Answer the question seriously.
Bootleg, $1 Canadian dollar cheaper than Mel Coleman. I have to do that every 5 minutes. And I've been late. Okay, it's all okay. Serious. So it was. We got over here in the UK. If you are a lucky family or if you're thieves, you can get Sky Television in the 90s. That was a big part of our growing up, and so we got Sky Television, which gave you access to sports channels and entertainment channels everywhere. And I remember it was one Saturday afternoon. I think it was maybe a Saturday morning, where there was some wrestling on one of the channels, and it was Hulk Hogan versus the Big Boss Man inside a steel cage. And I remember being in awe of just these big beefy boys and the steel cage, thinking, what is wrestling? I don't understand this. And from there, I think it was pretty much a case of I found what the program was, and then I found videotapes, and then a family friend had videotapes, and it was just then a steady stream of drinking it in. I would have been, how would I have been? Probably 6, maybe 5 or 6. It was an old match from Bossman and Hogan because one of my most potent earliest memories of wrestling is watching WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan with my brother Jim, and Jim was pulling for the Ultimate Warrior and I was pulling for Hulk Hogan. And when Hulk Hogan lost, I cried my 6-year-old eyes out. It was the most devastating thing I'd ever known, and still is. And it was that, and that was another very galvanizing moment. I quite like this wrestling malarkey. So I'd say, yeah, Bossman getting suplexed off the cage by Hogan, and then crying as Hogan lost to the Ultimate Warrior are my earliest wrestling memories that got me into this nonsense, and coexisting with Rob and Maggie, obviously.
Thank you. I know we had an impact on a lot of people, so that's good.
I'm sure that this was definitely not malarkey.
It was all the malarkey.
All the malarkey.
10 malarkeys.
Wow.
Like the only reason I know about this word is from South Park.
Malarkey is from South. Okay, malarkey is a great word. I like using the word malarkey. Yes. I also like the word shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yes.
Shenanigans
Again,
is
South
a
Park.
great word. Yeah. Well, I'm glad South Park taught you shenanigans and malarkey. They're brilliant
Yes,
British words.
Of course. So, I'm
Kenny Omega.
Just for instance, yes. Just for instance,
$1
I come to the
cheaper.
UK.
Sorry.
Okay.
You come to the UK?
If I ever come to the UK,
Clearing border patrol before you do. I just don't know if that's a thing that needs to happen.
No. Like, no.
I've got your papers, Maggie.
I'm sure. I'm sure there won't be any problem. I'm sure I'm not a wanted woman.
Well,
I'm sure.
that'll change by the morning.
Okay, so fuck.
You can't say fuck on YouTube.
Oh, we say it all the time.
All the time.
Shit, now I've said fuck.
Yeah. So, where are you taking me if I ever come to the UK?
That's very presumptuous of you. I don't want to see you. Just invite yourself, why don't you? I'm washing my hair that day. I'm busy. I'll be selling me Mel Coleman bootleg artwork in Camden. I'm busy that day. Okay, where am I taking you? Departures. No. Back round we go. Well, okay. Hypothetically, should you come to the northeast of England, you'll obviously have to experience Newcastle, and the sights and sounds and smells of Newcastle upon Tyne. It's not where I was born, but it's I moved up here about 6, 7, 8 years ago, and originally from much further south of the UK, and I moved up here for a job that I no longer have. I got fired from that job. I didn't do anything wrong, thankfully. I think I was just too old, but it was such a place.
That raises a lot of questions.
So how old I am?
I said a lot of questions.
Okay,
like
2 questions. Oh, about the job. Oh,
what was the job? And
okay. Well, I've talked about it on an interview I did for Cultaholic. I do a series called Desert Island Grabs, and for the Christmas Day episode, my good lady interviewed me for it. We talked about this extensively. So I used to work for a radio station in the UK called Heart, and I worked for the Northeast outpost of Heart. Basically, I did the drive time show for the Northeast, and they made a big bunch of changes in 2019, and I wasn't factored into them. And they said, thanks very much for your years of hard service, but our time together comes to an end in May. And by that point, I was doing some bits of work for Cultaholic on the side. And once again, bless Adam Pacitti, who, as this job was winding down, I ended up going in to do some news video cover while the other lads were at AEW. And he ended up offering me a job by the end of the week. So I got to stay up in the Northeast, which was wonderful. And that was how everything panned out. But to go back to the question, so yeah, Newcastle upon Tyne. I think it'd be a tour of Newcastle upon Tyne. I will show you the multiple bridges. It's got a weird fetish for bridges, has Newcastle.
I love bridges.
Gates said, you'll be in your element then. There's at least 12. I don't know why they just don't have a big boat. The nice thing about Newcastle is that you've got the city centre, so you've got all your amenities city centre. You've got a bustling nightlife. It is the stag and hen do capital. It is the bachelor and bachelorette party capital of Europe, essentially. Wow. So on a weekend, like before I came here tonight, me and the good lady went out for a drink in town. Saw 5 blokes walking past. One of them dressed as a giraffe. It was a stag do, because that's what happens in Newcastle. I seem to remember, we talked about lockdown earlier. I remember when everything shut down, Newcastle just became a ghost town because there was no stag do's, no hen do's, no bachelorette parties, nothing like that.
No giraffes.
Nothing. It was just no giraffe, nothing. And I remember as things were starting to open back up, I remember walking across the iconic Tyne Bridge. There is a rip-off version in Australia that you may have seen, but the iconic Tyne Bridge. And I was on the one side. On the other side, there were 5 blokes, and the guy walking in front of them was dressed as a massive penis. And it was at that point I thought to myself, the world is healing.
Yes.
Nature is returning. Order is restoring. There's a man dressed as a penis walking into town to get battered with his mates. The world is healing. It was it was just so the most lovely. It was the most wonderful moment that week. I was just like, order is restored. the nightlife is ace, so we won't be short of nightclubs to go into where you can complain about the cocktails being shite. And then for the rest of the weekend, you've got the nice thing about Newcastle is you are a 20-minute ride on the metro, on the tram service that gets you to the beach. And then you're on the coast and you're looking at the North Sea and you've got sand and you've got gorgeous sunshine when the weather's, prepared. You've got arcades and little amusement parks and stuff like that. And that is literally just 20 minutes from the city. You're there. And
I'm sold.
Yeah, so I definitely bring you around Newcastle upon Tyne. You can probably get it done in a weekend, so you wouldn't have to stick around long. I'd make sure you're back on a plane pretty quick. Rob, you can stay as long as you like, mate.
Okay, thank you.
Mate. Come for a month. It's brilliant.
Yeah, go for that, big Sandcastle event that WWE have.
Oh, I mean, Clash of the Castle is a bit further down the country. I mean, we were doing there's a few of us going to Clash of the Castle. We're looking at
you
7
are.
Oh, yeah. Big huge scoop. Yeah, there'll be a selection of us going to Clash of the Castle in September.
I hope you have a blast.
I can't wait.
This show is so incredibly expensive. Like the plane tickets, the plane tickets are incredibly affordable for me because, actually, from Plovdiv to Sofia is our capital. The ticket for the bus ticket is more expensive than the plane ticket from here to the UK.
Jeez. Travel's weird, isn't it?
Yes, travel is weird, extremely weird. So, the ticket isn't the problem. The plane ticket is not the problem. The problem is the event itself. Okay, so I know that we are shy of time.
Well, do you know what? We're good for a little bit longer. If you need to go a little bit longer, we're all good.
It's fine.
I'm having a lovely time.
I'm having a lovely time as well. This is why I apologize.
I'm having a great time. This is a blast.
This is great, right?
Yes.
So, what is the best food to eat while watching a wrestling event?
Best food to eat while watching a wrestling event? That is a brilliant question. I'm going to give a shout out to. See, the thing is, everyone will just go potato chips, crisps. They're too noisy. Because the thing is, in the UK, you're normally watching wrestling events in the dead of night. So you can't be eating food that's incredibly loud and crunchy. So I would genuinely go for... See, I was about to say cereal, but then that could be quite crunchy. I guess you got to let the milk sit a little bit longer to deflect some of the loud crunch. I don't mind soggy cereal. I'm partial to putting Weetabix in the microwave. There you go. It's a taste sensation. Give it a go. Don't try this at home.
No.
I think those. I would. It's more about what you drink. I'd say. I've quite enjoyed because we do live reactions on Cultaholic.
You do. I enjoy
to shows, and we'll be back to do live reactions for SummerSlam in a couple of weeks' time. I'm quite partial at the moment because I'm the elder statesman of Cultaholic. I'm quite partial to.
How old are you?
How old do you think? Oh, I love this game. Sponsored by Bootleg Mel Coleman.
You look younger than me, so it's.
Thank you.
But it's. Okay, how can you be the oldest one of the? It's ridiculous. I'm 33.
Let's play a little game of how old do we think I am. I don't know whether anybody in the chat watching on the YouTube fancy playing along. 30? Is that a guess from you, Rob? 30 is not a bad guess.
No. I was going to say 34.
34 is not a bad answer.
I think you're 32. I don't know.
32 is not a bad answer.
But what the fuck? What is your age number?
In January of 2023, I turned 39 years old.
You are. That's tap. That means lie. That means lie.
I'm 38 now. I'll be 39 in January.
That's not possible. Okay, first of all,
I know, right?
You do not look 38.
Thank you.
Or 39 or whatever.
Thank
and secondly,
you.
how
I'm as old as WrestleMania. It's easy to remember my. If I'm not sure what year WrestleMania was, I just think how old was I when I watched it. I go, okay, it's that year then. It's the only good thing it could be in this age. Yeah, 38. I don't know. I put it down to a youthful demeanor and a positive outlook.
Do you have a skincare routine?
I don't, but my good lady.
Oh, you fucker! Like you're so naturally young.
Maybe. My good lady has a skincare routine, and a few times she has encouraged me to try different serums and stuff to help that. And so she has
help what to become like way more younger,
to keep me beautiful. to keep me beautiful, so therefore, somebody of her beauty can be seen with me, and that's fair. So she a few times she's tried to get me onto stuff, but I'm terribly disorganized with that sort of thing. If she gives me she'll give me like a night care routine. She's done this a few times. She'll give me a night care routine. It'd be like, put this under your eyes, put that on your face there, put this on your hands there. And I'll do it for 2 nights. And then the third night I'll go, I'll do it in the morning, and then it'll just stop.
It's a night care routine, Tom.
It's a night care routine.
You can do it in the morning. You must not do it. The morning has a different routine.
I know that now. I know the morning is different to night. Honest. But that's I appreciate that everybody gets very shocked when I say that I'm 38 because
it's really shocking.
It's a state of mind. I put it down. It's a state of mind thing. I think that I've always been mentally quite immature. It's probably helps.
Aren't we all?
We are, and I'm blessed that I'm not as weary by it. I was always very aware. Like friends of mine that I went to school with, are losing hair now, and that's fine. That's just how the world goes sometimes. And I've got this. There's at least one friend of mine that I think of who has last time I saw him on Facebook. He had like tufts just like on the sides, and it gone at the top, and it made me really sad. Because I kind of made a pact with myself. And I thought, if I ever feel my hair is disappearing, if I notice it takes longer and longer to wash my face on a morning, then I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to let it get to that point. I'm just going to take a razor and shave the whole thing off. I'm mentally ready in the event that my hair decides to make a fast retreat to my back, that I will shave it all off and then grow the beard out. And that would be my look for my 40s. But thankfully, my dad, the captain, has an excellent head of hair. So I'm confident that we'll be all right. And he has youthful complexion as well. We're all very blessed in the Campbell family with youthful looks.
You really okay? Apparently you are, but I've got
the time stone. So there's that.
Yes, surely. But like the thing I've always I've come to realize that like men just age perfectly. Like all
we get
men,
craggy and weathered.
Men age like wine, while women age like milk. Okay,
Jeez. Okay.
Like it's ridiculous because like the only reason why I don't look like a granny is because I have really
filters.
And I have really oily skin, and because when you have oily skin, you don't get wrinkles.
What do you take a cream or a serum for oily skin?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's cool. Is that a family trait, oily skin?
Yes, it is. Like my entire family does, and like I hate it because it sucks. Like I literally just go out, have like 5 steps, and I've looked like I've run a marathon.
But surely you're like athletic.
I try to be.
Aren't you? You kind of, although is this Instagram giving us a behind the scenes that we shouldn't compare to our greatest hits or whatever? You are. See, you got, look out.
I got the guns.
Yeah, somebody call the vet because these ducks are poorly. Like,
Yes, The only reason why I'm athletic is because I love to eat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like the timing of yes, I am athletic. Pulls out bag of M&Ms.
Yes, I just like I love chocolate and I love crisps, aka chips and whatever. Like this is my kryptonite. If someone waves a bag of
Kryptonite.
chips, yeah, chips, crisps. What the fuck?
Why are you saying crypto so many times?
Because it's English and I suck at English.
You speak better English than most people I know that speak English as a first language. So check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I think that I have better grammar than most people. Like the whole thing with your and there, like how it's amazing how people don't know the difference between that.
It's messy business, and it annoys me. Grammar's a
It's
pet
not
peeve of mine.
messy. It's something you learn in school. It shouldn't be like I know it, and
Let me ask both of you this when it comes to grammar, let's make this a somewhat wrestling-based question because this is Fightful overbooked. And Sean Fightful from rossap.com will be livid if we don't talk about wrestling at least once. He's in the chat. Oh gosh. He's somewhere. He's in the ether.
always somewhere.
Like Rob and Maggie, like Ric Flair's Twitter.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Why does every word start with a capital? This gives me anxiety, okay?
It makes me sick.
I want to throw up while I push my fingers into my eyes.
Because that takes extra work.
Yes,
surely.
It does.
Rob, when you type into your phone, like it will sort of auto dictate a part of it. It's sort of semi-automatic. You don't need to. It doesn't capitalize every word that you do, does it?
No.
And I'm intrigued as to why Ric Flair's does. Because that's a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work to be this annoying. Like it shouldn't be. Like why?
To get that printed on a t-shirt.
The first time I saw it, I think I had a panic attack because I get really, really cringy, but I didn't know if he was making fun of something or I don't know, but it was just so annoying. This never I almost blocked him. Okay, I don't want that type of stuff, on my
We're not at home to that kind of negative energy.
It's pretty much negative energy, okay? So it's pretty much negative energy. So put it on the positive side. I have a thing I always ask our guests on the show. If there was a movie or TV series made about you, who would play you? It can be a wrestler and can be an actor.
Who play? I mean, the one there's two that I get a lot, so I'll use them. I get Jonah Hill a lot, which is I'm hoping it's thin Jonah Hill. That's fine. And there is another actor from a UK Christmas movie called Nativity, and his name is Mark Wootton. So I would encourage you to look up Mark Wootton, MarcWootton.
Okay, this is the better one than
either Jonah Hill or Mark Wootton. I think would end up playing me.
Okay, the second one I agree with.
Yeah, Mark Wootton. Poor Mark Wootton. Someone's got to do it.
Why?
They play me. I want us to be in a room together wearing the same clothes at some point. I'm seeing double 4 Mark Wootons. Have you asked this question to your previous guests?
Yep.
Yes.
So, who did Mel Coleman say would play Mel Coleman? From not to be misconstrued with bootleg Mel Coleman. $1 cheaper than Mel Coleman.
Oh Jesus fuck! Why don't I remember?
Jesus
that
fuck
answer?
would play Mel Coleman.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember. Wait,
I have no idea why. Like, I think I want to say she said Kat Dennings, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I think that's who she did say.
I think that she said, because I love Kat Dennings, and this would be the perfect example. But like the only reason why it shouldn't work is that because Mel is ridiculously tall.
Is she?
She's an Amazon. She's
Wow.
an Amazon.
Well, that changes everything.
Yes, and Kat Dennings is kind of short.
So what we need to do then is put Kat Dennings on stilts.
Yes, please. For the love of God, please.
I'm really worried now. I didn't think that Mel Coleman from Mel
She's
Coleman Art
freakishly tall.
I'm worried that when she sees this, she'll be over in the UK in 5 strides. We're gonna be in bother. We're gonna be in bother when she sees this.
Rob,
don't tell her that I'm selling these.
Yeah.
I
won't
Mel
say
Coleman arts.
I'm sure
for $1
she will
Canadian
never
dollar
see
cheaper
this.
plus free shipping.
Yes, I'm sure she will never see
I'd
this.
hate for her to see it. It'd be terrible.
So, Jesus, Rob, go ahead and ask your movie thing.
Rob's movie thing.
The last movie you watched.
The last movie. What was the last movie I watched? What did we watch the other night? What was the last movie we watched? I don't know if the good lady's still awake because she might know. What was? We were meant to go see Thor: Love and Thunder the other day, but something came at verylastminute.com. Then we didn't. What was the last? I think my good lady's still awake next door, so I'm going to message her and just see because she'll know. What was the last movie we watched? I know that we had a night the other night where we binged watched Only Murders in the Building, but that's not a movie. That's a series on Disney Plus. What did we watch? Definitely recently we have watched The Birdcage, starring Robin Williams.
Fantastic
It's
movie.
a go-to. It's a go-to film.
Yes.
When the sads are hitting in general, like it's one of mine go-to films that makes me feel much better about the world. That and Short Circuit 2, but maybe no, Short Circuit 1's superior to Short Circuit 2. I definitely watched The Birdcage recently. I would say, yeah. I'll say The Birdcage. Oh, the good lady watched Wonder Woman 84, but I wasn't here for that. But watched Wonder Woman 84. So Alex watched that. I think I watched The Birdcage. Tomorrow I'm going to watch the Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh, cool.
I'm very excited about. It's there's certain films that we're into separately, and Bob's Burgers movie is one of them. And I'm excited to. I've got a whole day off tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. I don't get many.
How often do you get a
day off? This is my first day off, I think, in 3 weeks. So I'm very excited. Very excited because I do Cultaholic stuff, and then I do radio stuff as well.
Yes,
and
you do radio.
There's been a lot of radio things lately, because they throw up the bat signal whenever they need cover now for other stations. So I was meant to be going to a station for the first time tomorrow morning until about maybe 6 hours ago, where they said, "No, we don't need you actually, but we'll keep your name on file." Okay, that's fine, thank you. So I do a lot of that, but tomorrow, so tomorrow now is back to my first day off in 3 weeks. I'm very
I hope you have such a good time.
Bob's Burgers movie. I'm watching Bob's Burgers the movie. Me and Pablo are having a boys' day watching Bob's Burgers the movie. I need to. There's some admin bits I need to do, but mainly I'm just going to sit in my underpants and watch the Bob's Burgers movie.
There you
That's
go.
basically my day.
You're just bragging about having an amazing day tomorrow.
I've got a whole day off. I'm braggadocious about it.
Yes.
I've spotted a little somebody walking into the room.
Is it Pablo? I will just gladly have another kitty on the stream. It's not going to be only you.
Yeah. Oh, there. Look at that. Hi, Pablo.
Oh, hi.
There's the boy. There's the
Look at his
boy.
eyes.
There's the boy. Here's the little dickhead that ran off the other night. Aren't you a little dickhead? Yes, you are a little dickhead. Yes, you are a little dickhead. I love you, but you are a little dickhead. Your breath smells of that new food we got you. Anyway, I know you don't like being held, so I'll let you go. Say goodbye to Rob and Maggie. That's it from Coexisting. You're on Fightful of a book now. That means Sean Ross Sapp will send you a check. Isn't that nice? We can buy Dreamies with it. When Sean Fightful from rosssapp.com sends you that check. How lovely was that? Love you, buddy.
Well,
there you go.
Well,
still a dickhead.
Yeah, he is, but he's like his eyes are just like it's almost as if he was annoyed out of his mind.
Yeah, he doesn't always like being picked up.
Yeah,
he very much wants you to fuss him. And Rob, Maggie, you'll get this as cat people. It's like I want you to want me. Yeah. I want you to pay attention to me, but when you pay attention to me, I'm like, no,
not like that.
Yeah, not like.
Yep, not at all. Yeah, knock it off, you weirdos.
Or maybe he just wants for you to pay attention to him while you're interviewing Drew McIntyre.
I mean, that was a lovely moment. Like normally,
it was such great shit.
It was great. I don't know whether you saw it, Rob. It was a very wholesome moment in this house. Oh, you cool. Because when the good lady's here, like Pablo is her shadow. Like that's the favorite of the family right there. Like Alex is the favorite, Pablo, and Alex is Pablo's favorite. When it's me and him here, he will probably sit in another room like a sulking teenager. Might come in when he's hungry, but it was the rare occasion that I was sat doing this interview and he just poked his head around and went, "What are you doing?" Like he'd never come in to see me before, and he's like, "What's going on? Who's this? Who's that? What are you talking to them?" The last time I put Pablo on a video on YouTube, it was last year. It was doing SummerSlam predictions with Denise Salcedo. And I didn't realize that Denise was terrified of cats. I thought it'd be a cute bit.
Yeah.
And Denise nearly started crying. Bless her. I felt awful just by bringing Pat. I thought, oh, I'm sorry. Like she's not a fan of cats.
Yeah.
She's not this is news to me. Jesus.
Yeah, she's not a fan of them.
Or maybe she just hated Pablo. It could be like.
Yeah, it could be just Pablo.
She's a good soul, though. I will point that out. She's an excellent soul.
Like I've mentioned this to Rob on our show. Like if I have like a dream for this year, and it's gonna be to be on Denise's prediction show. Like this is easily,
nice.
Yeah. This is my dream for this year.
Have you told Denise this?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm just
Is it the fear of rejection?
Yes.
Like when you come to the airport and go, "I've come to spend some time with Tom," and I go, "Get back on the plane. I didn't invite you."
Like, who are you?
No.
Arrest her.
Well,
man, hey, look. There's you miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
I know.
And the worst case scenario is you don't do it.
Yeah. So.
No, the worst case scenario is her asking, "Who are you?" and blocking me.
Still a good story.
Still a good story. Yeah, you.
I mean, that's like the thing with like you've got to see the good in everything. Like as much as I call Pablo a dickhead for his escape journey the other week. Like we have dined out on that story. It's excellent radio fodder. It's excellent podcast story fodder. And,
yes,
he's all right as well. So you've got to, when the world is very heavy, it's difficult sometimes. And Lord knows I find it difficult. I think everybody just assumes I'm this sort of beacon of constant burning positive light. But I had a real downer today, and I had a real downer last week, just out of nowhere, just really had a downer. So I'm not, so we all go through it. But it's a case of sometimes taking a step back and trying to see the good in even the most awful of situations and just using that to kind of pull you back up topside,
Yeah. No, I understand completely.
I try.
You do. You are trying.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. It meant a lot to both of us, and
thank you for going so much overboard with your time. I know it's special for you, and also thank you for Tom is the second person we have on our show that can probably relate to the after dark thing, because for everyone we've had on our show, they've been on US time, and you are the second. SP3 was the first because he's living in the UK, and we are the ones who get the after dark, because it's coexisting after dark. And I said it's supposed to be after dark because it's after dark even for the main show for me. Okay, it's and you are merely the second one to get that reference.
Well, I'm glad to get that reference. Thank you to yourself, Rob, for having me on.
Thank you so much.
It's been honestly been my pleasure. To Maggie, I'd like to say it's been a pleasure.
So Tom, plug your shit.
Right. I think.
Yeah, don't forget your artwork. Plug that.
Oh, don't you worry, don't you? All jokes aside, Maggie, I love the bones off you, and you're a smashing soul. So please never stopping. Thank you. All jokes aside. Okay, now really, I could plug Cultaholic, which is our YouTube channel. We do daily news videos, list videos, ranked videos, predictions, live reactions, tier lists, pitches, and of course a weekly podcast featuring Matthew Gregg from Botchamania, that Matthew Gregg from Botchamania, which you can find at youtube.com/Cultaholic. I could plug that. I could plug the Cultaholic podcast feed, which offers daily 10-minute news bites of the wrestling news, as well as long-form classic review shows of every episode of Raw, every episode of SmackDown, and every episode of Nitro, plus the never award-winning Desert Island Graps, where I invite guests on to give me 3 wrestling matches that they would watch while stranded on a desert island, with Killer Kelly being the most recent visitor to the island. And that is available wherever you get your podcast from by searching Cultaholic. I could plug that. I could plug twitch.tv/Cultaholic, where we go live pretty much every single day with either wrestling-based content, with Adam Pacitti watching old British game shows. I played 5 hours of Sonic Origins in one go yesterday. Boy, that was a fun day at work. Sam Driver plays on a Thursday. We get our new boy Fraser Porter playing stuff on a Friday as well. Andrew Hodkinson's there on a Monday at twitch.tv/Cultaholic, and Jack and Owen play Football Manager with Cultaholic FC at twitch.tv/Cultaholic. I could plug that. I could plug the website cultaholic.com, where every bit of daily wrestling news comes down, and we have a crack team of journalists, reporters, and extraordinary writers who help bring that particular vision to life. I could plug our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic, where you can watch the podcast that we spoke of in video form and be a part of them as special guests and get loads of other good stuff as a thank you for supporting us at patreon.com/Cultaholic. I could plug the Twitter as well, at Cultaholic on Twitter for the latest. I could plug our Facebook and our Instagram and our TikTok, but I just want to plug Mel Coleman Bootleg Art, where I am.
Do you have that thing memorized?
Pretty much. Yes, because I know that's Kenny Omega, and I know that's Jon Moxley, and I know that's Orange Cassidy. If that's what you meant. Bootleg Mel Coleman art, $1 Canadian cheaper than Mel sells hers for, and free shipping. And as the slogan says, Mel Coleman, don't go there, come over here. Yeah. Mel Coleman Bootleg Art, available now. Hit me up at Twitter at Tom Campbell. $1 Canadian cheaper than Mel. Poor Mel's got a hiding in this one. Thank you for having me, Overbooked. Thank you for having me, Coexisting. It's been a deep pleasure to be in the company of Rob and Maggie today.
Thank you so much. Maggie, plug your stuff.
Well, if you want, you can follow me on Maggie_IK. And on Instagram at Maggie.IK. I swear to God, I will find that bitch who has my...
I want that bit there as a text ringtone. Just Maggie going, I swear to God, I'll find that bitch.
There's a gal okay, who has an Instagram at Maggie_IK. And I'm like, damn it, and that's not me, okay? Like it's seriously not
Bitch.
me. It's that bitch. So
That bitch.
yeah, that batch. So it's how Carmela says it. You batch. So it's so on Instagram at Maggie.IK. I'm sorry, I have no power over this.
And you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on Twitter. Otherwise, I do have a couple of articles on Fightful.com. We will be back next week at 3 o'clock Eastern, and then our guest for Fightful Coexisting After Dark with Rob and Maggie will be Kate Hensler. So
My mom, Kate.
So thank you very much, and we will see you next week. Thanks again, Tom. We appreciate you very much, man.
Stay